You want to see the lowest of low? You want to see a person that would rip off tortured creatures, animals that are suffering and so much pain, so they can pretend that they're rich and fancy? This is the person, Elizabeth Keatinge Scheideler. I'm going to post documents, legal documents, showing her running and hiding, evading service, so she can keep my money. She couldn't make it on her own, but she always wanted money. She tried to be a hooker, failed. Tried to have rich boyfriends, failed. Some guy would just call her beating off. That was her rich boyfriend. And the only way she could do it was steal, rip off my foundation. Oh, and the boyfriend that would call her beating off, he gave her no money. She just thought she was dating. She was like, look at my boyfriend. He's a wolf of Wall Street. And she showed me a video of him beating off like in his wife's closet or something really gross. Here's Elizabeth Keatinge and her best friend Roxana Davidoff in the French Riviera. There they are, money that was stolen from abused birds that have been beyond tortured. I mean, I don't want to tell these stories because it'll just sicken you. But this is the creep. This is the monstrosity that did that. Here's Elizabeth Keatinge in her fancy clothes, pretending she's some rich, important thing, when she's ripped off a foundation for abused macaws, bought a house, everything. Everything she has is stolen from abused macaws. The next macaw I'm going to show you, it was wrapped in duct tape and thrown like a football. And Elizabeth Keatinge stole from it. This bird, some teenagers had it wrapped in duct tape, and they were throwing it like a football. And Elizabeth Keatinge stole the money to help this bird. Here, Elizabeth Keatinge is trying to look like she's some big shot, like a news anchor. Warning, anybody who employs her, contact me. I'll give you the documents, all the proof. She is under investigation. Here's my former employee, Elizabeth Keatinge, who stole from my macaws 300 Bitcoins because she is a loser and a creep and couldn't make it on her own. Here is myself, Heidi Fleiss, and former employee, Elizabeth Keatinge. She's the typo in the spelling of her name there, but she stole from my animal foundation. Animals, these macaws have it really, really bad. I don't even want to get into that part. It just sickens me what she's done. But she's under investigation, and her days are numbered. She's so stupid to like a typical thief. They step over a dollar to get a dime. Here I am thinking, 5 million is not going to help me. I need, 30, 40 million. I'm not thinking about her, who's never even had her hand on, never touched $10,000 before. So of course she's, I wasn't thinking, I'm so stupid. I wasn't thinking she's living month to month. She's never touched $10,000 before. And she was embezzling all along when I read over the transcripts. And, she was lucky that I was not paying attention and trusted her. However, she's not that lucky because it's coming. Here is former employee, Elizabeth Keatinge. Wish I was rich, has to steal, rip off an animal rescue. Here are the legal documents. Here we go. This is Elizabeth Keatinge, the thief, and her idiot lawyer, Juan Restrepo. I can get my client to negotiate a mutual acceptable resolution of this matter. Oh, really? Is that so? If Miss Fleiss is willing to discuss an amicable settlement, I am sure she will find a willing partner in that endeavor. If she wants to continue to have attorneys like yourself ask for the entire sum returned without accounting for my client's contributions in growing this investment, then we have nothing to further to discuss. Oh, really? So his client, Elizabeth Keating, contributed. Really? How did that happen? No, she stole. That's all she contributed to, stealing, embezzlement, and so did he. And then my lawyer says, as you are aware, blah, 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 represents Heidi Fleiss, blah, blah, blah. Your client, Elizabeth Keating, your most recent motion and supporting pleadings do not contest the merits of our action, that Ms. Fleiss transferred money to your client and directed her to place those monies into certain cryptocurrencies, and in fact paid her a manager fee for performing this administrative role, but instead merely contest proper service, dispute and sworn affidavit insisting otherwise. So basically, she's running and hiding, not even disputing the merits of the lawsuit. I'm going to post the whole complaint. In light of this, we request that you accept service of this action on behalf of your client. While I'm sure you already have it, a copy of the complaint and summons is attached here. Additionally, in the light of the fact that you have not at all contested the merits of our case and have confirmed in your November 22nd, 2017 letter to Ms. Fleiss, former counsel, that she provided the full amount of her investments principal, a sum of $407,000. It was really 420 something thousand. This amount at least is not in dispute, and we are requesting that your client immediately return this principal money to us to be held in escrow. Okay, so she has kept all my money, everything, not one bit is hers, and she's evading service. Okay, and here is Miss Keating hiding because she stole my money and is scared. You could read the whole thing. I don't like to read it because it's just disturbing, but it says, you know, attached you will find the summons and complaint filed against your client, Elizabeth Keating, in a second action brought due to the first being dismissed without prejudice because of the inability to locate and serve Miss Keating. I mean, if you're innocent, why are you running and hiding? As you are fully aware of Miss Keating's location and are in communication with her, as you appeared in the prior action and submitted an affidavit on her behalf, along with a redacted version of her new driver's license, because Elizabeth Keating has a new residence that she purchased with my money. We are requesting that you accept service in this new action on her behalf. Now, this is this lawyer. It says, if you refuse this request, we will make a motion to the court for service through you as we have blah, 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 blah. Multiple attempts at personal and submitted service for the sake of transparency, this email and prior blah, blah, blah communication with you will be submitted in support of the motion. Okay, basically, we've had private eyes and whatnot, and her lawyer running and hiding and playing games because they are disgusting, despicable people. She is walking garbage. And here we go again. Here is Elizabeth Keating running and hiding because she is no innocent people hides like this. Everyone knows that. It's despicable. This girl is just so gross. As you are further aware, our previous action was dismissed without prejudice because of the inability of several private investigators and professional process serving companies to effect service. While in the prior action, you allege that Ms. Keating has moved to New Jersey, you refuse to give an address for her where as she can be served. See? What no innocent people behaves that way. Notwithstanding this, we have attempted service at a New Jersey address allegedly associated with Ms. Keating, which was located by a private investigator. However, such attempt at service was failed. That's because they lied and said she wasn't there, and they're hiding. As you likely anticipate, we will be filing another motion. So, you know, this is exactly what creepy people do. They run and hide and evade service because she's a creep. And you know why people don't steal and they don't steal others people's money? Everyone knows why. Because there's consequences. And we will see what those are. So look at this macaw right here, that blue and gold. Can you imagine it's forced to live with these dead animals everywhere? And it's forced to live with a dead macaw. You want to know who would make this animal suffer more? Elizabeth Keating. That's the kind of person she is. See this beautiful toucan? It's not supposed to be in that cage. That beautiful beak, that's made for foraging. It's supposed to hop around and forage. It's not supposed to sit in this cage all by itself with its feet on that stupid piece of wood that is extremely painful. But you know who stole the money that was to help this bird? Elizabeth Keatinge Scheideler. She stole the money to help this bird because she is garbage. You want to know who would make these birds suffer more, like they haven't suffered enough? Elizabeth Keatinge.